Hi guys, it's Rachel here, and we are on with the 100-day project, and I'm continuing on from yesterday where I showed preparing some journal covers. I just wanted to show this one. This was the one where I recreated the spine, and I've just put this beautiful embroidery over it, just glued it. I may put something here, but I'm not sure, but I thought that was really, really pretty. And then it's a bit stiff because it's got my hidden spine there, and this is going to be an Easter journal. I thought the lovely purple cover was good for that, and then the other ones are all there ready to go. So I then had this one. This is also another broken book. It was broken book, and I did glue down the bits that were coming off. I think I showed you it at a glance. I've just selected my papers and sized them, and they're the original book pages, so some of those will go back in it. And it was just, a broken book that had no spine. So I thought this one we're going to do an open spine. So I've got these pieces here, and I just chose them, and what I want to do is use these. This piece I was going to put here, but I want to strengthen it because the pages are going to be attached to it. So I'm probably going to stitch the pages into this. So I'm going to pin this together. And what I'm going to do is the invisible stitch to hold it all together. Actually, no, am I? I'm thinking I might even canter stitch the whole thing. I might canter stitch the whole thing. I might skip the invisible stitch. Normally I do that. Maybe I'll do, I don't know. So we'll do that. So that's going to go on there. I don't know how deep it's going to be. Obviously it's going to be, you know, there's going to be, like when I glue it, I'm going to put this down like this, and I might do a 1.5 inch spine. So I use my mat. It's very handy having a mat, and that will go there like that. And then there'll be another one. This is going to go up here. Put a piece of paper on there. It's going to be three tabs, and then this one's going to go here. And that's just one of my bits of antique ephemera that I printed on fabric. So I've got a bit of work to do. I'm just thinking I might canter stitch this one. I will be stitching on those as well. I haven't decided. So let me just grab my thread. And we'll start. I won't sit and do it all on camera because it'll be boring for you. There's a bit of work in it. It doesn't take 5 seconds. Actually, the invisible stitch would be faster. But I feel like this will look quite nice with some canter stitching. I think I want a thinner thread. I don't want this one. I need to get a thinner thread. Just a minute. I'm just going to put you on pause. Okay, I'm back. I got a thinner thread. So where do I put my needle? I'll just show you. If you're not following in the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, if you're following on with that, you'll know. Okay, grab my chair. And just start doing running stitch. It'll take me a while to do this, so just do a couple of rows, and I'll tell you what happens is you sort of think you're going, I can't stitch there, so I'll just go under here because that's too thick. You think you're going really crooked, and you probably are going crooked. I go crooked, but once you start, it goes through the ugly phase where it just, everything looks uneven and crooked and gross, but you do get to the point where once you get more rows, this is what I'm trying to say, it starts to look better. The more rows you get, the more it camouflages any imperfections. I think I'm using a Shishiko needle here. Not a Milner's needle. I don't have Shishiko needles. So it's a bit longer, so you can put a few stitches on there. But you can see how I just wiggle the fabric onto the needle, push the needle forward a little bit, but wiggle the fabric. Normally I would do invisible stitch as well and not have pins, but I think I should be all right. Pins normally drive me bananas because I get stuck on it. I haven't zoomed in, so I hope you can see it's just running stitch. It's just rows of running stitch. Cantha stitching or shishiko stitching is well, shishiko, they follow a pattern, but it is running stitch. But you know, the Japanese do very, very perfect stitching. I bet, you know, all of their little stitches will be exactly the same distance apart, same size. Very fine work they do. And Cantha stitching, it's the same. It's running stitching. It's less perfect, and it's where the Indian people from India, they would take their old saris and put layers of them. I think they would do 3 to 5 layers generally, but I think some can be a bit more than that, the really heavy ones, and they would just running stitch them together. And that was a way of recycling their clothing, and they'd make blankets, quilts out of them once they were too worn to wear out in public. And then they would put, and they're lovely because then they would put like patches where there were holes, they would put patches over the top, just with the running stitch again. So yeah, I'm just stitching it to the fabric below, underneath, because I want to strengthen it, because I am going to attach pages to it. So I want it to be thick. And I'm not doing my rows too close together. I don't want to be here till next year, you know, doing rows and rows of running stitch. I can take that pin out now. You can see mine are not perfect. This row is further away from that one, and the other one is closer, so I'm not doing the best job. Oh, my tummy's rumbling. I haven't had breakfast today. It's 11 o'clock. It's good for me to well, I had a couple of bits of dried fruit, but that's it. It's good for me. I need to be not eating too much sometimes. Give my body a break from all the yumminess. So I'll just finish this thread off, and then we'll look at the just a minute, what was I going to say? The other 2 pieces. What I'm going to do and talk about what I'm going to do on those. Now I need to just make sure I have a stitch, even though it's only a little space. I need to have a stitch right to the end, I think, just to hold it together. Otherwise we'll have gaping bits when I glue it to the thing. And I won't running stitch over the flower, and leave the flower not running stitched, just around it. And it does give you this nice sort of rippled sort of look, like it's been quilted, and that is the stomach. I don't know if you can hear it. It's quite distracting to me. So there's that. I got 4.5 rows done with that one piece of thread. It's a lovely thread. So I haven't told you this yet because I'm not ready to share it. But I was lucky. I hit the jackpot really at the antique market. I've never seen it before. I got a whole box of these beautiful Pistoiese, which is Pistoia. No, is it no, not Pistoia. What's it? Prato. They're from Prato. They're embroidery threads from Prato. And I'm going to be sharing them, but I have to prepare it all and I haven't had time. So I will do that one a bit later on. But I can tell you what, I thought that they are a dream to stitch with. They're very smooth. I really like them. So I will be sharing those with everyone, but not yet. Anyway, I want to do this one. And I was wondering with this one, I'm going to do the invisible stitch on this one. And I'm wondering whether I might just do a little bit of embroidery on it. I might embroider, I don't know. Anyway, I can think about it while I do the invisible stitch. I'll show you that. Put 2 pins in just so. So it's just a piece of hemp. I tea dyed that. That's tea dye. It's a bit pinky. I'll tell you why, because I put a tiny bit of what's it called? I might start here actually. I put a tiny bit of food colouring in the tea, but just the tiniest drop, and it gave it a pink tinge, and it looks like it's been avocado dyed. So with the invisible stitch, you sort of just go down next to where you came up, but very close to it, and you jump forward at the back. So it's a fairly quick thing to do. And just hold your pieces together nicely without having to do too much. I'll probably do maybe 4 rows on this one. If I felt like the edge wasn't being held down well enough, I'd just quickly go around and do an overcast stitch as well to hold that. Yeah, I'll do 4. And then I might just do a little bit of overcast stitch around the edge just to make sure. So you can't hardly see the stitch, but it does give it a little quilted sort of look. Oh, gone way up there in the center. Take that out. So you can take as long or as little time as you like to do this. Now I think here I'm just going to quickly whiz around and overcast it, just so make sure it doesn't all fray off. So I'm just going over the edge of the fabric. You can't sort of come up right here. You need to come in a little bit just because it will fray. Take that piece off. Come on. You can use your sewing machine. I just like the look of the hand stitching. Now I'm just going to go around the edge here and do one more row of invisible stitch as well. Around we go. Okay. Nearly there, and we got round with 1 thread. So I think what I'll do is I'll stitch this one as well, like that. I'm going to pause it, and I'll go and have something to eat, something little. And I'll finish this, and then it'll probably take me a while, so I'll be back. You won't notice, but know that I will have taken a while to do it. And I will have a think about these as I'm stitching to decide what to do with them. So I'll pause the video and then I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. It's been a while. I did all the cantha stitching on there. I need to trim that bit off. We don't want any long bits. I've stitched this down, and I'm just highlighting some of the lighter bits on there. I've done with some wool, and then I'm going to do these bits with just this perle cotton. That will take a bit longer. I'll just show you. Just creates a little bit of texture. I'm going to stay inside the line of that. I don't know if you can see that sort of seafoam bluey green sort of colour. I'm going to stay inside that. And it's just really like a loose satin stitch. But some stitches are longer and some stitches are shorter. So I guess it's a bit more like a short and long, but it's not a perfect one. Whoops. Oops. So just fill it in as quickly as I can. A lot of stopping and starting in this video. So I'll just finish this one and then I'll finish the rest off camera. And then I'll come back afterwards and we'll put the spine, the book cover together. And I'm just going to jump over here and finish this bit off. Yeah, it just adds a bit more texture, and then you jump across and do this one same way. And I'll do those, and then I'm just going to do the light pink there, and that's it. I'm not going to do too much because I'm going to be punching holes in there to stitch my pages in. Maybe I won't punch holes. I'm just thinking about I'll punch holes in my papers and then just use a sharper needle than I would normally. Put one more stitch and then we can jump to the next one. So just a very loose, this is a very loose satin stitch. And because I'm coming up next to where I went down, I'm saving a lot of thread. You can see I'm still using one length to complete this. Oops, I want to go backwards. It's quite thick. And I want to do this one. Okay, so that's that. And then we'll do the pink. I'll do the pink up there off camera. I didn't do that green down in there. I ran out. I thought that's enough. And really decided on that one. Let's just have a look quickly. So I can go ahead, and when I come back, we'll just glue it all together. So that's going to go there. It's very pretty. I think here, I'm going to do a little seed stitch in there, and that's it. I might do a seed stitch. Do I have a very pale pink? Let me see. This is what I'll use. This one. I'd like it to be a bit more salmon-y, but I don't know. I guess I could use my... No, I don't want that colour. Aha, this is what I want, this colour. Reminds me a bit of the colour up there. Okay. So all in the beige bit there, I'm going to do a little seed stitch. I'll come over and do this bit first. Oh my goodness. I don't want them to be too big. So they look like little seeds. And just be careful to change your direction as you do them. Have them facing all in different ways. I'll just go around here. Won't take too long. Bit of work in this spine. easy if I hold it taut like that. And then one other thing I wanted to check before I do this is, do I want to put a little something there? I'm not sure. Do a stitch in there, and I can work my way back to where I haven't filled it yet. Oh yeah, that's going to be cute. So I'll pause the video and then I'll be back. So I'm back. I've done all my stitching and we are going to, this is the scary bit, we're going to construct it. So we'll start with the central one first, but let's just line this up here. I was going to do 1.5 there, so I can fit 3 signatures. Does that look all right? Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't move. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to put my, now where am I going to put my glue? That's the wrong way. I want that to go there. I think I'll have to put my glue on like this. I need a bit more room at the top than the bottom. I want that to go a bit more there, I think. Okay, this is how I'm going to do it. Hopefully I don't move my book. And the glue is making rude noises. There we go, glue. Okay. Get my spreader. I want plenty of glue here. Let's see about the height. So just eyeballing it. Let's see if I put that there. Yes. Just take your excess off there. You want to be a little bit abundant with the glue because you do want it to stick, because it is what's going to be holding everything together. So that's that. Now I need to eyeball over here. Do I have enough? I've got another bottle here. Let's just, so want to put a, I don't want it to move. I don't want to waste it. Sounds like an animal growling at me. Okay. Right. That'll be it for you. What I don't want is my thing to move. Now, hasn't moved. Just take that off. It's good to have on hand a rag or a wet one or something like that when you do this sort of thing. So that way you can clean off the excess easily. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now we'll do this one here. So I'm just going to throw this out. This is empty now. And I'm going to grab this one. I cut this off because it's really, it gets in the way. So I cut that off and then I use it. So here I need to, oh, this is different, this one. Oh, lots of it comes out. I don't like that. It's a different brand. Got too much there. Put some up here. I need to spread it a bit further. Can you even see? Yes, you can. I'll just smoosh this around in it so that it has glue everywhere. And that's going to go there like that. And that like that. So this one's a bit more, this brand is a bit more fluid than the other one. And then I wanted to put this on. I was going to stitch it, but then I was having it half on and half off. So I decided I'm just going to thin that out a little bit to just glue it on. Okay. Now we have to do up here now. Oh, I love this. Here, just need to see more or less where we need to put it. A tiny bit more. I can hear the motorbike going. That's the postman. Yes, it's a postman. I can't say postperson because it's a man who comes. And have a look here. That should be right. I don't know if he's coming here today though. Need a bit more glue. Hopefully this glue is as good as my last one. See if I've got enough on here. There's a few areas that don't have any glue. Okay. Just takes a while to take this one on these stronger sort of fabrics. Okay, so that's what the cover's looking like. So it's going to be like that. Pretty. And that's the front. On this side, what I'm going to do is I had that linen. Where did I put that linen? I had another piece of linen. I don't know where I've put it. Whoops, everything fell over. I did have a piece of linen somewhere. I know I chucked it somewhere. Oh, here it is, it's behind me. I think I might, for good measure, I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to glue that here, and then I'll glue a piece here, just to make sure they all stay together. I'm going to glue that, and I might stitch it in there, I don't know, but first I'll glue it, and then I'll see if I need to stitch it as well, just to make sure they all stay. And I need a thinner and narrower piece here. So I'll just go ahead and glue those. I might use my tacky glue. No, I want to use the PVA because PVA is good for fabric. It's just I'm not sure about this brand. It's the supermarket brand. And put plenty of glue on there. Let's see what happens. And then I'll just leave it to dry. I spread it out further than I need because I'm going to cover that anyway. This is what I need. Stick that together. Stick that down there. When that dries, I'll see how it holds. If I have to do anything else, I'll let you know. Just want to make sure. It just needs to dry. Okay. So I'll just do the same for this. I won't make you sit here through it all. Just make sure here. This is the bit that's a real area. Important area, I should say. Smush it around here. Okay, so that is it. I'll put some photographs at the end of what I did, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue these, and if I need to do anything else, I'll tell you. Again, I forgot to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.